Let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Dun dun dun. Where the fuck is it? My metal hot takes, the metal Tempest.
Hi, so I'm not dead. I'm gonna be so honest, burnout got to a bitch, life got in the way, and I didn't really have much motivation or energy to put the same amount of energy into content as I usually do, so I wanted to give myself a little rest, but I'm back. From the bottom of my heart, I look forward to hearing from you guys again. I hope you all have been doing well, and what better way for me to return than to make a hot take video? And respectfully, with no due respect, I am tired of the—
Let me guess. He doesn't like Sleep Token. Let's get more messier than that, but
baby back bitch opinions that you hear anytime there is some sort of content about metal and rock hot takes. I want scalding. I want, ooh, that burned. And I tried to condense this. There were a lot of hot takes that made the shortlist for this video, and I want to know down in the comment section below your metal and rock hot takes. Make them scalding. This is a judgment-free zone. And as
asking Alexandria, is ass now live?
always, there is no wrong answer, so you can let me know down in the
and I used to be a big fanboy.
comment section below if you disagreed with any of my hot takes. Starting off with, Anthrax are perfectly properly rated. I am tired of seeing people—
Who the fuck is Anthrax? Uh-oh, I'm getting cooked. Anthrax band. We talking about some old head shit. Hell no.
say that they are some lost treasure of thrash metal, and they're actually the
If it ain't truck stop dick pill, is it really?
best of the big four. No, they're not. Is that to say Anthrax are bad? No, absolutely not. I like a lot of Anthrax's stuff, so I'm not some op. I'm not a—
I'm gonna say I'm not some op. I'm gonna say it's cool. Not my cup of tea, but it's cool, you know?
hater of Anthrax, but I think that there are plenty of thrash metal bands that should have been in the big four that aren't. I have always been on the side of saying Testament should be in the big four, not Anthrax. But no, Anthrax are not underrated whatsoever. If anything, I think sometimes because people say they're so underrated, they have become overrated. They are incredibly mid as a thrash.
Oh my god. Have we just entered the elitist conversation? Oh god.
Thrash metal band both then and now. Moving on from there, the concept of a big four is just ludicrous. It's stupid and it's dumb, and I don't like using it as a metric for any genre, metal, rock, or otherwise. I think that the big four is a very elusive term that a lot of times doesn't have the greatest of definitions, because you hear some people say, well, it's the most influential. That's not always the case. Many of the big four are preceded by a ton of other bands that laid the framework for them. And unfortunately, a lot of people use the terminology of the big four of thrash metal, or the big four of new metal, or the big four of grunge as a measurement to say that they are the best that the genre has to offer, and I don't agree with that at all. Next up, Sleep Token are necessary. I don't care. You can bitch, you can moan, you can complain, you—
Wait, what?
that at all. Next up, Sleep Token are necessary.
Sleep Token are necessary.
I don't care. You can bitch, you can moan, you can complain, you can hate them. I'm not even the biggest lover of Sleep Token. I think their new album is incredibly mid. I don't fucking like it at all.
Incredibly mid? Huh?
Up, Sleep Token are necessary.
When was this recorded? 6 days ago.
I don't care. You can bitch, you can moan, you can complain, you can hate them. I'm not even the biggest lover of Sleep Token. I think their new album is incredibly mid. I don't—
Bro, I didn't like Sleep Token like a lot. I thought the fanboying was crazy OD that it ruined the band. But I thought it was fucking a fantastic album. Was it my favorite album? No, no. Was it all trash? No, no, no. Was there some good songs? Yeah. Was there some songs where I was like, yeah. But mid overall, that's crazy.
I don't fucking like it at all. I think some of the songs off Eden are perfectly fine, but Sleep Token 1,000,000% are necessary for the scene. And anyone who says otherwise are absolute morons, in my opinion.
I mean, who else is doing Sleep Token stuff that is in our everyday music consumption? I don't know.
I don't care. You can bitch, you can moan, you can complain, you can hate them. I'm not even the biggest lover of Sleep Token. I think their new album is incredibly mid. I don't fucking like it at all. I think some of the songs off Eden are perfectly fine, but Sleep Token 1,000,000% are necessary for the scene. And anyone who says otherwise are absolute morons in my opinion. You need gateway bands, you need bands that are hybrid, and I don't care if they're taking the bargain bin, basic ass, dime a dozen influences to make a bastardized amalgamation of a genre that you don't particularly like. I don't even like it a lot of times either, but having Sleep Token around for newer generations specifically to get into metal, to get into rock, to have a band of sort of the new scene, and this goes for bands like Bad Omens and Spirit Box as well, these bands that get a lot of hate because TikTok and YouTube Shorts blew them up, and so people just don't like something that is fucking popular. We need bands like Sleep Token in the scene, whether you like it or not, or whether it hurts your feelings. Next up, hating the musician.
I find it very interesting how people like are so deep about getting new listeners. Like the fan base are so deep about getting new listeners when it should be the band that's mainly concerned about that. Like the whole thing about Gateway, I mean, it could just be me. I just don't really give a fuck about what other people think. But I don't know. I find that very fascinating because a lot of people always say that type of stuff. So you know.
Because TikTok and YouTube Shorts
I would die on the hill that the band president is an industry plan.
blew them up, and so people just don't like something that is fucking popular. We need bands like Sleep Token in the scene, whether you like it or not, or whether it hurts your feelings. Next up, hating the music.
Disliking someone does not invalidate their talent, and it's a shallow way of being. I agree with that.
Or their personal opinions or beliefs does not in any shape or form invalidate their musicianship or their talent or their influence. And I'm tired of this growing trend of people saying that it does. You can personally choose not to support something. You can choose to let people know.
They're just sensitive as bitches.
The type of person that they are. You can stand on business to say the type of bitch that they are. I've done it a lot. I did it with Varg a long time ago. I'm the biggest hater of Varg you'll find. I absolutely despise Ronnie Radke as a person. But with that being said, erasing their history, erasing their influence, or trying to rewrite their
Gotta do separation of music and person, the personality of someone.
music and saying that you don't like them and their music was always bad and their music is so crappy now.
That's fucking sheep mentality right there.
Absolutely despise.
I hate sheeps. Input. Aaron Yeager line about free will. Fuck. What do we even type up for that? Aaron Yeager. I quotes. I hate slaves. I think that's. I hate people that aren't free. Remember that one speech? He.
Thing that I've done, governed by need more than anything else in this world. Anyone who isn't free, they're no better than cattle. In other words, slaves. Yes, what I'm saying is...
You know how many bands I listen to and don't even know? Dude, I remember there's this one person that wanted me to follow every single person off of a band, Thornhill, on their follow every band member. I'm like, bro, I don't even do that to freaking my OG favorite bands like Asking Alexandria. Like, I don't care about the persons. You know?
The mere sight of you has always made me so damn angry. Now I finally know why. I just couldn't stand to look at a slave with no mind of her own.
Aaron, you go good. And it was back to it.
It's Ronnie Radke as a person. But with that being said, erasing their history, erasing their influence, or trying to rewrite their music and saying that you don't like them and their music was always bad and their music is so crappy now simply because they did something you don't like, past, present, or in the future, is just ludicrous. There are plenty of musicians in the metal and rock space that I absolutely detest from a personal perspective. I absolutely despise Ronnie Radke. I think he is a jackass in every sense sense of the word. I think that Varg is an absolute menace to society, and I think the shit that he did in his past and a lot of the things he believes is absolutely out there. With that being said, both hella talented, great musicians. The things that Burzum did for black metal as a whole and just extreme metal as a whole, phenomenal. Ronnie Radke, fantastic vocalist, fantastic lyricist. Sometimes when he's not saying my life is like a video game. He is an incredible vocalist. He has a lot of vocal chops to him. These people can still make good music. They can still make things that are worthwhile and influential. And going back revisionarily and trying to erase the things that they did is just not a cute look whatsoever. Politics belong in metal. I don't know.
Hell no. The only time that should be involved in metal is like I believe it's Fit for a King when they're talking about subject like I think it was the Dakota pipeline where it's affecting people in a negative way. But yo, dude, when I listen to music, it's a form of escape. I don't want to be reminded of bullshit. So I don't agree politics belonging in metal. Unless it's like for like a powerful moment, I guess. But even then, those type of songs I don't listen to at all.
Why this even has to be said. It is,
well, if it's good, it's good. If it's good, it's good. But you know those type of songs where it doesn't sound good. It's just pushing an agenda and all that type of stuff. I don't like those type of songs. But if it's good, it's good. That's
baffling to me how many times I've seen people say, I don't want politics in my metal.
Man, politics just don't belong in metal. I hate that my favorite artist is talking about who they voted for in the 2024 presidential election, and I hate that they talk about their political affiliation. How dare they do that? And all of their music is just getting bullshit. I don't want to hear that in my music. I only want to know about the music. I don't care about their personal beliefs.
Do you know where metal and rock came from? Do you know where the roots of punk came from? Do you know where hardcore came from? It has always been political, bitch. It doesn't matter if they are right.
Excuse me? I'm offended. How dare you call me a bitch?
If they are left, if they are centrist, if they're a fucking fascist, or if they're a communist, metal has always been political. It is always meant to be political. It is by its very definition meant to be revolutionary and in many ways offensive. And that is 100% the goal. And that's not what all metal bands choose to do. There are plenty of rock and metal bands that don't do anything even remotely related to their personal beliefs. But saying that you don't like songs that are political, or that you don't like the fact that an artist or a band you like is showing their support for something that you disagree with, no matter where you are on the
that's what I'm saying. If it's like based on a subject or it's affecting people in a negative way, I understand that, but I just don't like it.
Political aisle, you kind of need a reality check. This has been a long-standing opinion of mine that I will
OSDM is not in a great spot. What the fuck is OSDM? Most commonly refers to old school death metal. Is a subgenre of death metal characterized by its adherence to the sound of style of early death metal bands from the late 80s, 90s. It is essentially a throwback old school wave. Is not in the great spots. To be fair, it's fucking metal. I can barely understand what they're saying half the time because they're screaming their ass off, so I don't care what songs are about personally. If it sounds good, then I like it. Yeah, that's true. Please tell me the political view and the truck stop dick.
shout from the rooftops. OSDM has played itself out into a corner. Blood Incantation, overrated as hell. I just do not get the hype of them, and I think there are plenty of other bands like Mortiferum and fucking Coffins and Tomb Mold and Witch Vomit that do the sort of subterranean version of OSDM revival so much better. But with that being said, I am so tired of hearing the same shit. If you're gonna revive an entire style and your entire identity is gonna be based around that, at least put a creative spin on it, at least do something. I have been so diluted when it comes to old school death metal revival bands that I wince and cough anytime I see a recommendation come into my Gmail account when I know absolutely what it's going to sound like, and I can clock the production, the vocals, and just generally everything about it. It is a harsh
Clock you, bitch.
reality, but it's
I'm
why
not gonna lie. I don't really care about this.
said that a lot of local bands fail. It's because a lot of the underground bands don't want to do anything creative. Everything is just simply torchbearing in all of the worst ways possible, and that is just my opinion on it. Next up, and I'm gonna make this very simple.
Oh, Knock Loose. What you gonna say about Knock Loose? Not too much, Gangy. Knock Loose are a metalcore band, not a punk band.
Because I think this is a scalding hot take. Knocked Loose are not a punk band, they're a metal band. And I think that the
we're tiptoeing into elitist talk right here. Brother, I don't give a fuck what the genre's called. If it's badass, it's badass. Yeah, I always thought they were hardcore. Like, what?
the only reason people think that they are a hardcore punk band or
Is he reading our mind? What the fuck?
punk band, they're a metal band. And I think that the only reason people think that they are a hardcore punk band or a beatdown hardcore band in general is simply because they're a metalcore band that is incorporating far more punk influence than a lot of people are used to. They're used to their diluted ass metalcore music that is just breakdown wall to wall and it's all metal and no punk influence. And so when a metalcore band comes around that is inherently punk influenced and incredibly hardcore punk influenced, because metalcore is one half hardcore punk, it's obviously going to make
I actually like this guy. I like this person. I like how the things that he's saying is a very talkative type of subject, you know? They're a metalcore band, not a hardcore band, because they make metalcore with hardcore aspects. It's literally what you just
people think it's just
so they are punk hardcore slash beatdown.
punk band. They're not a punk band, they're a metal band and with a lot of punk influence, and I will give you that, they are not a hardcore punk band through and through. Next up, if you do not separate
Oh. That's it?
influence, because metalcore is one half hardcore punk, it's obviously going to make people think it's just a punk band.
Oh.
They're not a punk band, they're a metal band and with a lot of punk influence.
Did he say wait, did he say metalcore?
Go to die, and it is just not a punk band, they're a
A metalcore band, not a punk. Yo, okay.
metalcore music that is just breakdown wall to wall and it's all metal and no
Next
punk
subject.
influence and so
Next
punk
subject.
influence, because punk band, they're a punk band through and through. A fucking hypocrite. Up, if you
Separating the art from the artist is necessary sometimes. It's necessary all the time. Bro, I don't give a fuck. Unless the only time where I'm like, okay, I can listen to this artist if they've been if they've been found guilty in a court of R-wording someone or yeah, that's pretty much it. R-wording someone. Then I feel like that would be like the only time where it's like, oof, I don't know if I want to listen to this. Other than that, I really don't care. Like, what was that? I think, was it As I Lay Dying? Someone that's try to kill their partner or some shit like that? Or domestic violence or some shit like that?
do not separate the art from the artist, at least sometimes, you're a fucking hypocrite. That's all there is to it. That's the tweet. I don't like the holier than thou attitude. You are free to not support something, but if you have double standards just because you like something more, you are profound.
Oh yeah, and the essay stuff. Wait, what happened with Dealer? Wait, is that the vocalist that they kicked out the vocalist because he essayed someone?
Profoundly a hypocrite. If you have standards, if you have morals, and you don't want to sacrifice them,
But, oh yeah. Dude, this is like the same question earlier in the video. Come on now.
that is absolutely valid, and you are in your right to do that. Not even much more
Yeah.
anti-Christian many times. Metrical cost that question. But keep in mind here is because it identifies. I've met a lot of genre body, so they want to.
Damn! How long is this fucking answered? Oh, there we go. Jesus.
Here, simply because by my standards, it's something that seems a little out of character. I think elitism.
Elitism sometimes makes sense if you listen. No. I hate hate elitist people, dude. They're so fucking snobby and oh my god. I hate elitist people so much. It's like, piece of shit. Just listen to the music. I don't give a shit about your opinion.
Makes sense sometimes. Now keep in mind, I am very anti-elitist, I am very anti-gatekeeping, I am very anti-purism. I've said many times I think it is dumb.
That's not deathcore, that's metalcore. Like, just that type of stuff, like trying to prove people wrong or trying to you know, all that type of stuff.
As hell. Anything that makes you push people out of a scene because you think they're inferior or ruining your scene, I think you're a baby. Not everyone that identifies as an elitist by my approximation is an asshole or is just
no, they're all assholes. How dare you judge my own music taste? Let me enjoy my own music.
a jackass in general.
You're not fucking listening to it. Oh, I'm listening. Okay.
I've met a lot of people that have pretty valid opinions
I just
for
hate
why they
elitist
don't like a
people.
specific thing coming into a genre, and even if I don't agree with them a lot of times, it sometimes at least makes sense why they think it in the first place. And there is a reputation for elitists to be a bunch of snotty, snobby purists that hate anything that tampers with their sacred genre, and so they want to push everyone out because they think they're inferior. And while that is, in my opinion, the majority of elitists, it by no means is a great representation of every single person that calls themselves an elitist. And if you actually give them a chance,
Oh my god, who calls themselves an elitist? Ooh. You listen to metalcore bands, new. You need to listen to Toxic Four Cousins Emperor.
sometimes you'll hear some opinions
Black metal sucks. No, I think that's pretty common. Yeah, I you know, it's just boring. In my opinion, it's just boring to me. Like deathcore, some deathcore bands, they're not it. Like some of them, it's just boring, man. Let's have some excitement into it. Oh, this is Solemn Trials. Wait, no, they're valid as hell. Oh yeah, fuck that.
from these people that you can at least kind of understand where they're coming from, even if you don't agree with them. So just give them a chance. And a lot of times you can know pretty quickly if there's someone that is rational and logical and actually has some like opinions to themselves, as opposed to people who just hate for the sake of hating. Next up, electronics.
Like, I feel like the only time I become elitist is when EDM plays, when Nightcore plays, yeah, when that type of stuff plays, because I mean, I just hate it. I just hate it so much, and I just don't find it enjoyable. Like, it's just fully blast beats, slow vocals, the same guitar tone, like nothing special about that genre. Yeah, like I feel like if that genre, if they switched up the voice, it would be more interesting, but they don't. They always have it the same tone, the same pitch, and all that.
Are fantastic in metal, a fantastic addition. I love electronics and synths.
Electronics are a dope addition to metal. It depends how much they include. Like screamo, there was quite a bit of electronic moments into it. But when it comes to like it becoming an EDM type of song, hate it.
And metal, I think they are great. And I think a lot of people really sleep on electronic infused metal. That's it. That's the tweet. I know there's a lot of people that don't like electronics and synths in any form of metal, whether it be like dark
Elitists, fucking pussies.
ambient stuff or metalcore stuff. Y'all are sleeping on electronic-core, man. Y'all are sleeping on electronic infused metal. It's
Electronic core? Ew.
great. Next up, YouTube Shorts.
TikTok/YouTube Shorts. Gen Z did not ruin metal and rock? No. I don't think so. I don't think it ruined metal or metal and rock. I mean, you know, it does like some songs like Monkey See, Monkey Do, dun 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 dun. You know? Some with that it makes it like too overplayed, and then it becomes like you know, it's annoying, it's boring. But I feel like, you know, having those shorts, TikToks, it just blows up the band, and you know, I think it's an awesome tool for bands to
specifically
use.
TikTok and specifically Gen Z did not ruin metal, and y'all need to shut up about it. I'm incredibly critical of my own generation. I don't agree with a lot of Gen Z. I don't like
You're Gen Z.
TX2. I don't like Falling in Reverse. I don't really like
Excuse me? How dare you?
I don't agree with a lot of Gen Z. I don't like TX2. I don't like Falling in Reverse. I don't really like Sleep Token, or I don't really like Bad Omens. I don't like a lot of these things. But with that being said, stop acting like it's a disease. We need those gateway bands. We need those Avenged Sevenfolds and Killswitch Engages of today. And just like any other generation, so many older metal and rock fans love to cast shadows on
Elitist.
Gen Z when it comes to this scene, saying that they are ruining it, saying that they are changing it. And you saw this happen with Death Heaven and Liturgy when they thought that black metal was going to just be ruined. Listen, you don't have to like something. No one has a gun to your head. Click off. Don't watch it. But no, the attention span deficit of the modern age is simply because of the consumerism that YouTube Shorts and TikTok created. Fast form content and short form content is the name of the game, and a lot of bands are going to blow up because of that, whether you like it or not. Maybe it's not your way of discovering new music, but it is a lot of people's ways of discovering new music. And even though you're not seeing it because it's not the heavily inflated numbers that you see from some of these larger bands, there are probably a lot of metal bands and rock bands in the underground that get a lot of new, valid, loyal listeners because of this content. So not only is it providing a gateway, it's providing a lot of bands a platform that they wouldn't have had otherwise. Next up,
Not enough space. Monkey See, Monkey Do, Kublin Khan, whatever that band is called. Who else? I've never seen a Sleep Token reel before. That's all I remember.
noise music
Noise/drone music is more influential than people like to admit. What the fuck is noise? What? I know. We're done with reactions. Wait, noise? Huh? Is that just like grunge?
and drone music are incredibly
I think it's like grunge, right?
influential to metal and rock in a way that a lot of people don't give it credit for. And while yes, it's not my particular cup of tea a lot of times, I appreciate a lot of these bands like the Mirzabows and the Suns and the Borises and the Earths. These are necessary additions that inspired a ton of bands that would come after them. And you are going to continue to see that influence, so maybe you should dig into their discographies a little bit more and give them some more credit where it's due. And on a similar note,
Can you give us an example, buddy? Yes, noise music takes talent to make properly.
next up, noise music takes talent, or at least good noise music takes talent. I think a lot of noise is just there to be that noise. Atypical, it's meant to be anti-music. That's the entire point, but good noise music takes a lot of talent in crafting and techniques, and even if you do not like it, it does take a lot of talent. And I think people lump noise music in with just like the harsh wall noise of like Vomir, but there is a lot of great noise music out there, whether it be direct noise music or other genres that take noise and put it into the mix, metal, rock, or otherwise. But generally speaking, a lot of noise music has a lot more merit than people give it credit for. Next up, and this was my first video of the year, so go check it out if you're interested in it. NSBM is very good most of the time.
What? That did the previous question. What? A lot of NSBM is good black metal sound wise. What the fuck is NSBM? What the fuck? National Socialist Black. What? Dude, just listen to the fucking music and enjoy it. What the fuck? Okay, lots of that. Okay.
Video of the year, so go check it out if you're interested in it. NSBM is very good most of the time. I absolutely hate the politics. I absolutely detest the people who make it. I think a lot of it is cringe and edgelord driven. I don't think a lot of the people who make it actually believe what they are preaching, and I think a lot of it is just meant to be shocking, and that is exactly the sort of reaction it elicits. But with that being said...
Oh, wait. Is the... Wait. Is the topic about, like, that... Oh, Felicia dropped something. A project 3 weeks ago. Wait, let's talk about, is that this stuff? Oh hell no. Wait, what was his question? A lot of NSBM is good black metal sound wise. Excuse me. Are you saying you support that? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
First video of the year, so go check it out if you're interested in it. NSBM is very good most of the time. I absolutely hate the politics. I absolutely detest the people who make it. I think
he made it clear that he doesn't fuck with it.
a lot of it is cringe and edgelord driven. I don't think a lot of the people who make it actually believe what they are preaching, and I think a lot of it is just meant to be shocking, and that is exactly the sort of reaction it elicits. But with that being said, as a
if it sounds good, then you know, maybe it might be interesting, but I don't know. That type of topic is kind of crazy to listen to.
Offensive as it is, I notice that a lot of the hatred and vitriol and straight visceral rage that NSBM brings to the table makes some good black metal music, and just like any other form of music that is built around a gimmick, it can be good or bad. It's like saying black metal. You might not be a Christian, but black metal can be really good black metal music in the same way that NSBM, even if you don't like the meaning of it and the narrative behind it, whether they believe it or not, can be good music. And that kind of harkens back to the separating the art from the artist. I'm not going to support the stuff, and I'm not going to go out...
Well, wait. You can't separate that because that's in the song. I'm assuming. Again, I've never heard of that type of music before. So to me, it's kind of wild. But if it's in the song, you can't really separate it because, I mean, it's the song.
Music. And that kind of harkens back to the separating the art from the artist. I'm not going to support the stuff, and I'm not going to go out of my way to seek the stuff, but I'm also not going to completely push away and just completely act like it doesn't exist.
What do you mean by that? So you're saying you don't fully not support it?
It's like, it's there, it's fun to examine, believe it at that. With that being
oh, you think it's fun? Okay.
said, I'm gonna leave it here. I want to make a part 2 of this video at some point. I just don't want to ramble on and make this video an hour long. But let me know your opinions of my hot takes as well as your hot takes down in the comment section below. I can't wait to hear it. Agree or disagree, there is no wrong answer. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification.
I'm just fucking around, gang.
I am tired of seeing people say that they are some lost treasure of thrash metal, and they're actually the best of the big four.
That was kind of interesting.
No,
that was kind of interesting. W video though.
No, absolutely not. I like a lot of Anthrax's stuff, so I'm not some off. I'm not a hater of Anthrax, but